Hi, everybody. Okay, so Bold is really good today, which means we have 4 days left in this week. So don't be surprised if Bold isn't really good toward the end of the week this week. Just saying. Okay. So we got a couple cliffhangers, although not really. Um, Cliffhangers in the sense that the news had to be spread to everyone affected, and it was good all around. So I'm happy today. Okay. So Luna has been in the hospital bed at Lee's house for a long time now. And she said that Lee said if Luna doesn't come out of the coma, I guess it could turn into permanent brain damage. That's what I'm guessing. So, and Sheila found out about it because Lee finally told her what's up. So, Sheila took in the information and said, "Can I have a moment alone with her?" And she's like, "Okay." So then she's talking to her and saying, "It's your grandma. We have survivor blood, and my blood is running through your veins. So you're supposed to survive this." And then I guess she said something like, "If you're here, let me know," or whatever. Because Luna squeezed Sheila's hand and she got Lee and told her. And then Luna started to open her eyes a little bit. Like, you know how sometimes when you just wake up from being asleep and your eyesight is a little blurry until you focused? It was like that. And then she started to really open her eyes. So she's gonna be fine. Which makes me happy because, as you all know, the day I found out that Luna's character, the character of Luna, was not going to be around, I was very pissed off because I said you had a very good actress. Lucy Yamada was killing it, and you just didn't do anything with her. And that's what I assumed because all roads pointed to that. Okay. Um. Okay. So that's good news. Okay. Score one. Number two, this is good news, but bad news for somebody. Okay, so Liam found out last week that his tumor and everything was fake because of Grace, and Grace felt that she needed to protect her daughters, and also to pay off her ex-husband's gambling debts. So that's why she pulled the ruse and got $1 million from Bill Spencer, right? So then Friday, we find out that the whole thing is fake, and everybody goes off on Grace, rightfully so, I'd say. Because imagine yourself, okay, you find out at first, you have to go through the whole thing, okay? You find out first, the doctor tells you you have something that's inoperable and you're not going to make it, okay? And also, you have the symptoms of whatever they tell you have, and then within a month or two, whatever. Okay. So then you do get a brain bleed for real because he hit his head and that caused the brain bleed, right? Okay, so that was legit. But everything else was fake, not true. Then everybody wants you to live. Everybody. Okay, you've got your exes in a good mood and like talking to each other, which is asinine because they never got along before. I said there has to be some reason for this. Like they're in some kind of delusional state because they never get along. Um, and I also said, okay, mark my words, when this stuff ends, they're going to be back at odds with each other. And if they're not, then something's wrong with me. Okay. So everybody wants you to live. Everybody is kind of willing you to live. Okay. then the same doctor who told you that you have an inoperable tumor, okay, comes back and says, well, maybe there's a chance we could save him if you're willing to do an experimental surgery and it's going to cost you a lot of money. And at that point, I was pissed off because uh, they didn't put Don Diamont's character in there, uh, Bill Spencer, at all. And I was ticked. Okay. And then he's the one who gave her the money to do the operation. And then to find out that everything's fake. So then today he finds out from Liam that everything was fake. He didn't have a tumor. He had legit brain bleed, but that was it. And he didn't need the $1 million. And the $1 million was a scam. So then Bill, I've never seen Don Diamont like really pissed off. And that means he has range, okay? Because the guy can be really happy and really sad and really whatever. Like whatever emotion you want to put on him, he can really play and you believe it. Okay? That is my test for anybody. Okay. So he goes from confused to I don't know, happy but like confused because he's like, what? And then when he finds out the whole story that it was a ruse, he is so pissed off. So pissed off. And he says, this was his last words today. He says, Grace Buckingham is going to regret the day she ever met me. And she's really going to pay for what she did. And then when Bill Spencer says that, I believe him because remember what he did for Luna before the last time, and he got her pardoned. So what I'm saying is he has money and clout. With those two things, you can do anything you want. So Grace better look out. That's all I gotta say. So, I meant to say this on Friday's video, but I didn't think about it. Okay, so I find it odd that Sean Kanan, Deacon, said, I'm never going to forgive Luna, and she killed two of my best friends, two of our best friends, and whatever. So, okay, now I want to see when he finds out she's alive and like gonna live, then what's his reaction gonna be? Is he gonna like be okay with it? Is he gonna come to grips with it? Or what's his reaction gonna be? That's what I want to know. Because that's another one that if Deacon is happy, like Sean Kanan is great. And I've seen him like over the years. He can be happy as anything. But you make that person mad, you better watch yourself. I've seen him like his character go off. Yeah, I don't want to be there. When he feels like he's been wrong, the character, and then he just flips. Yeah, I don't want to be there. So I want to see what his reaction is going to be when he finds out the truth about Luna. And pretty much everybody else, because of course she's Sheila. She's related to Sheila, but in a way, small and big, she's touched everyone on the canvas pretty much. Okay, because she had a crush on Will that he never returned, and so she's affected all the Spencers, and then she affected the Foresters kind of because remember she worked at the forced her creation for a bit until she didn't. So she's affected everybody. I mean, save one or two people maybe, but pretty much everybody. So, yeah, I want to see everyone's reaction when they find out that she's okay. I don't know. I don't know. I hope that they believe in second chances. I don't know. Some of the characters can carry a grudge. All right. Bye, everybody.